Have you ever had one of those days, you're on a roll, you're feeling really good about your progress, and then, in just a few seconds, that feeling completely evaporates? Let's get into why that happens, and way more importantly, what we can do about it.
It starts right here, doesn't it? That one simple, innocent little swipe on your phone, and suddenly the entire vibe just shifts. Your project, your goal, it was crystal clear in your mind a minute ago, but then you glanced over at what they were doing, and that little seed of doubt starts to sprout. And just like that, you're totally off track. The peace and contentment you had is gone, and now it's replaced by this nagging pressure of someone else's clock. So let's unpack this. This is what we're calling the trap of looking sideways. Because comparison, honestly, is one of the fastest ways to completely drain your confidence. What starts out as maybe some healthy inspiration can so quickly turn into a deep, deep insecurity. And you know these whispers, right? They start in the back of your mind. Wow, they're so much further ahead. Man, I should be doing more. Why isn't my stuff growing like that? And listen, they don't just distract you. They actually begin to distort the very assignment you were given. Your unique path starts to feel wrong just because it doesn't look like somebody else's. The source material gives us this really vivid picture of just how dangerous this is. It pulls from the story of Peter in Matthew chapter 14, and it's such a powerful lesson on what happens the moment we shift our focus. This lays it out so perfectly. Think about it. Peter was literally doing the impossible. He was walking on water for as long as his focus was on the goal. Now, the storm was always there. The waves were always crashing. Nothing about the circumstances actually changed. What changed? His focus did. The second he looked at the chaos around him instead of his calling, he started to sink. This verse just brings the whole point home. The real measure of success isn't about how fast you're going or how visible you are compared to other people. It's about your stewardship, your faithfulness to your own journey. You just can't build something that lasts if you're constantly looking over your shoulder, benchmarking your obedience against another person's highlight reel. Okay, so this idea of staying focused on your own path is captured perfectly in this simple but really powerful story about a marathon runner. So picture this runner. He starts out great, disciplined, steady, totally focused on his own pace. But then, midway through, he starts watching the people passing him, and that discouragement takes over. His pace slows down not because he ran out of energy, but because he lost his focus. And then he hears it, that simple command from a coach on the sideline: run your race. That's what brought him back. He finished the race strong, not because he came in first, but because he was faithful to his own stride. I mean, let that sink in for a second. This is the whole point. Your path, your pace, your process, it is uniquely yours. It was never, ever meant to be a carbon copy of anyone else's journey. So if comparison is the thing that clouds our judgment and steals our confidence, then the antidote has to be clarity. Real confidence doesn't come from being better than others. It comes from being crystal clear about your own path. So how do we get that clarity? Well, it really boils down to these 4 pillars. It's about knowing your unique assignment, understanding the specific season of life you're in, trusting that God's timing for you is perfect, and finally learning to measure your growth against your own faithfulness, not someone else's results. And this concept of seasons is a game changer. It's exactly why comparing yourself to others is so unfair both to them and to you. I mean, think about it. If you're in a planting season, doing all the hard, unseen foundational work, and you compare yourself to someone who's in a harvesting season, well, of course you're going to feel behind. But one season isn't better than the other. They are both absolutely essential parts of the process. Okay, so we get it intellectually, but how do we actually put this into practice? Let's pivot to some direct, actionable steps you can take this week to reclaim your lane and get your confidence back. The source suggests using your own words to discipline your mind, which I love. Speaking an affirmation like this out loud, it can be such a powerful tool to interrupt that negative cycle of comparison and get your thinking realigned with your actual purpose. Okay, here it is. A simple but incredibly effective challenge. Step 1. Get really honest and pinpoint one specific area where comparison is hitting you the hardest. Step 2. For just 1 week, go on a comparison fast. Intentionally stop benchmarking yourself against anyone else in that area. And 3. Actively look for and write down 3 pieces of proof of your own progress, no matter how small it seems. And we're going to end with this question. Just take a moment and really consider it. If you truly, fully believed that you were right on time, exactly where you need to be, what weight would lift off your shoulders right now? That feeling, that's the freedom that comes from running your own race.
Want to start your week with power, peace, and purpose? Join the Affirm Your Greatness community, where faith meets mindset, all for just $9 a month or $50 a year. This is your space to speak life, grow boldly, and walk in God's promises. Affirm your greatness, speak life, live boldly.
Now available on Amazon.com. Unlock the transformative power of positive affirmations with this essential guide by certified personal development coach and motivational speaker, Dennis of DennisMotivates.com. In Affirm Your Greatness, you'll discover the science behind affirmations and learn how to craft personalized affirmations that resonate with your unique journey. Get your copy today. Find the link in the description. Thanks.